All right, so we are going to go over the website. This is really important if you plan on having a standard navigational website. You have your pages, so you can have landing pages, you can make them into funnels and do it that way, or you can have a navigational website. So what you would do first, you can do this first or later, but you can make your navigational menus. So what pages do you want to be on here in the menu? You can add one in the footer as well. And then when people log in, what do you want them to be able to see? So this will be a menu, and you can create your own custom one as well if you'd like to. So for your website, the most important thing for you to know is that when you start, so obviously I've already done one, but the first thing that you're going to do when you click on building a website is you're going to look at the template store that they have. So this is all the templates that Kajabi has in here right now already. Don't use the legacy templates because those aren't being updated by Kajabi. They're no longer going to be used, so it might not work at a certain point with Kajabi. So the most important thing you're going to do is pick your base template. People also have templates for sale for websites. So if you find one online or in a marketplace that you like and want to use their template, you can do that as well. And you can edit everything. So just because you start with a template, you can completely delete everything or whatever and start from scratch. So the template is just the template, right? But why is this important? This is important because if you have more than one template, so say I started off with one template and I'm like, this would make it so much easier, and I kind of changed my direction and now I want it to look, like this instead, and I just want to use this one. So if I change my template, you can, but it gets rid of all the work that you've done. So the work that I've done on this one is saved. So you can see in here, can't see in here, but I've added some of it, right? I've added my logo, I've added my wave, my ocean background, but it doesn't go into here. So when you have your course products, I'll show you that. When you have your course products, you can see what it looks like. There's different course templates that you can use. So here's the one that I'm using, which is the gamified one. This is the default one. So it's that standard, Kajabi Premier. And then you can install a template. Again, people sell course templates as well. And so you can customize the template for your products. And so for this, it'll update the information, right? So it has it where the title and the welcome message right here, it's going to be the same regardless what template you use, and it'll transfer over. But websites do not do that. So if I edit something in here and then I decide to use a different template, I have to do everything all over again. So this is very important. And basically it's just, decide what template you want to use and make your website your own. But if for whatever reason you want to use a different template, just know it's not going to transfer. So make sure that you have what you want. And this is how you can rename the template. You can modify code in here, update it, and export it. So in here, we're going to design it, right? So you can design it directly in here, and you can switch the pages in this menu. So this gives you a list of all the website pages that need to be made and how to switch between the two. So if I want to start working on my thank you page, then I would click on it and this will go to my thank you page. So you can do it here, or alternatively, you go onto pages and it's got the website pages in here. So these are all the pages that I need for my website. So it's different from landing pages. Landing pages are more standalone. You can still link your landing pages to your website in the navigational menu, I believe. Let's check that. I know that you can actually. So if I want to add a page, I go in here and here's all my landing pages. So if I wanted to have my freebie or something on my main menu in the navigational menu, then I can add that. But these are all of the website pages themselves. So let's update my well, I've already kind of done this one, so I'll show you this one. So here's the blog page. Okay, I guess I haven't done this one as much as I thought. So you can see one of my blog posts here and my second blog post here and the tags that I'm using already that I've tagged in these, and then they'll show up here. So obviously this looks super professional and mine is a lot more fun. So you can update things here. And the way that you update and the way that the website builder works, it's not the worst one. The pros and cons, right? Because we're all about honesty. The things that I like about it is that it's really great on the client end. They look really clean, and especially like the courses, the client end looks great. The website designer itself is not the easiest to use, but it's a different style, right? So I personally really like the websites where you can just edit them directly in here and it changes it. But this one is you have to use it here. You have to edit things here. So if I wanted to edit the Reach blog, instead of just typing it in here, you type it in here. So it's just a different style of website builder, and it's not my favorite. But once you get used to it, it's not that hard to learn and to use. But that's the pros of other website builders. But I think the website especially is something where like once it's done, right? You can create landing pages, but if you have like a template that you use or something, you create your own template for your business. You just use that all the time and it's fine. So, and I think like the user experience on the client end is worth it. So it shows you things on here, and then you can also see the different boxes on here. So this is a section right here, and this would be the element or the content in the section. So it goes by layers. So here is the whole thing. So these are the sections. And when you click on a section, here's the content. So this says text. So this would be this. And the good thing is about this is that you can rename it too. So it makes it a lot easier to see. So instead of title, you could say like header, heading, however you wanted to reword it, and that would show you what it is. So it might actually be helpful to do the homepage instead. Oh, and you always save it. Always save it. All right, now we can go to the homepage, maybe. Here we go. I've got a book bag. Okay, so you can see it better with this one. So this has a couple different things in this one. No, it doesn't. Okay, there we go. This section has a couple different things in one, maybe. There we go. Okay. So I clicked on this section and now I can click on each individual thing. So you don't have to click on the section itself. You can just click on the individual stuff. So this is the text. This is the image. So this is the about section. So this is about, the template. And the features section, these are all the features. So this one is like super clean and professional. So this might not actually be the best template for my brand. But again, like I said, you can just delete stuff, right? You can hide things, you can delete it, and you can just make it your own and just take off everything and then create it from scratch. So I can add a section in here. I can add whatever I want section wise. I can add I won't do it on that one, but I can add, content in here. So you can make it your own, right? You don't have to use the template at all, but it's a great starting point, especially if you want certain features. Like, for example, if you liked the way that this looked, but you weren't sure how to make it, then you can use that as a starting point, basically. But I probably won't actually use this template, so let's go back. Okay, so that's all of them. And so some of them are like draft and published. And then some of them are system, which means you can't change them because they need to be there. So for example, these, and then the ones that are locked, this is members only. So only members, only people that are logged in can see the directory, can see their library. This thank you page for some reason. Oh, the thank you page is members only because they can only see that after they've checked out, I believe. But I actually recently asked for help on the thank you page and they said just to leave it the way that it is. And if you want custom thank you pages, to make them in the landing pages instead. So like how I've done here. So he said basically don't touch this page. And just if you want custom landing pages or custom thank you pages, make them in the landing pages. So that's the website. So the cool thing is it's got the navigational website. You can use funnels if that works for your brain more. You can just use individual landing pages. Like you don't have to make a navigational website if you don't want to. But that's the biggest tip is make sure that whatever template you're using, if you want to just get rid of it all and do it from scratch, great. But make sure whatever template that you edit is the one that you want to use because you will not be able to, you won't be able to change it. So, and then the last thing that you might need to know for your website is your domain. So here's the site details first. I'll show you this first. So this is the title of your website. You can see the subdomain here, your email and your information. What do you want it to show? And then it's got the branding. So like I said, with the color palette. So I needed pure white on one of these. So I'm going to update that so that I have white on my color wheel. And then, that's that. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to show you was the domain. So in the domain is where you link the domain that you want to use. So this is the one that is the default. And when I set up my custom domain, I can connect my domain to Kajabi. And then you can also create a subdomain. Okay, so if I wanted a subdomain, this would be like courses at Whaley Helpful. And so if I had my main website, if I had my navigational website or something in WordPress or Wix or Squarespace, like this is saying, then I can still have my branded domain, but it would just be like for my courses or for my podcast or whatever I wanted to use Kajabi for. And then this would be connecting it to Kajabi versus wherever the domain is set to go. So that's something that I'll do when it's finalized. But that's how you use your website, how you make one.